One of my mentors, and this person is actually on my short list of personal heroes, it's a very short list of people, is a man named Harry Brown. And Harry Brown is someone I never met personally, but we had an email correspondence before he died. He died many, many, many years ago, back in the 2000s. He was an old guy. And if you don't know who Harry Brown was, Brown is spelled with an E at the end. Harry Brown was a big figure in the investment space, later in the libertarian space. He wrote a book, a very good book, that is now famous. It wasn't famous when it came out, but it's famous now, called How I Found Freedom in an Unfree World by Harry Brown. I suggest you read that book. That book was, in some ways, a spiritual. My book was The Unchained Man when I wrote it in 2013, and I considered it somewhat as a spiritual successor to that book, How I Found Freedom in an Unfree World. These are one of these core top 5 books I've ever read in my life. It changed my life when I read that book. A lot of alpha male 2.0 concepts in that book that I carried forward. He was an extraordinary man. And something he would do on a semi-regular basis, he had it way back in the 2000s when podcasts were barely a thing. I would listen to his podcast and read his blog and things like that. And what he would do occasionally is he would reread a letter that he wrote to his daughter. And I'm going to read that to you right now with my comments. And this is something that'll help you a lot. It'll help me. Here we go. It is Christmas, and I have the usual problem of deciding what to give you. I know that you might enjoy many things, books, games, clothes. But I am very selfish. Pause. This is my comment. I've talked about this many times. Robert Ringer has discussed this. Ayn Rand has discussed this. Harry Brown's discussed this. Rational selfishness versus irrational selfishness. All human action is selfish. 100%. No, it's not. What if you give to charity? Why did you give to charity? Well, because God said, and the Bible said, and I don't want to feel guilty. And well, why are you doing that then? Then why? If you get down to the bottom level, the reason you donate to charity is, or the reason you're nice to your daughter or nice to is, it makes you feel good. You can use all these other excuses about, well, the Bible says I have to tithe 10%. You do it because it feels good. You're selfish. Mother Teresa was selfish. Okay? All human action is selfish. You can be an asshole and be selfish, like treat people rudely and steal their money, or you can be rationally selfish and be nice to your wife because you want her to be happy and nice to you. Right? Okay, moving on. I want to give you something that will stay with you for more than a few months or years. I want to give you a gift that might remind you of me every Christmas. Aw. If I could give you just one thing, that would be a simple truth that took me many years to learn. If you learn it now, you might enrich your life in hundreds of ways. And it has prevented you, and it may prevent you, from facing many problems that have hurt people who have never learned it. The truth is simply this. No one owes you anything. Boys, isn't that something people need to hear now, especially left-wingers and modern-day right-wingers? No one owes you anything. It means that no one else is living for you, my child, because no one is you. Each person is living for himself. His own happiness is all he can ever personally feel. When you realize that no one owes you happiness or anything else, you will be freed from expecting what is not likely to be. It means that no one has to love you, right? If someone loves you, it is because there is something special about you that gives him happiness. Find out what that something special is and try to make it stronger in you so that you will be loved even more. Pause for a second. I told this story in, I think, The Unchained Man, one of my books. It might have been The Unchained Man. I have a lot of books. Many years ago when I was still in the United States, I was dating a woman, and MLTR, although back then I didn't have those terms in my head. And I was over at her house, and we were having dinner at her place, and she had made dinner. She's just a sweetheart. And she was really big on, we should get married, Caleb. We should get married. We should get married. And I said to her, I don't remember exactly what I said, it's a long time ago, but I said, if we got married, it would ruin this. And she's like, what? She's totally confused. Kind of a Christian background. I said, why am I here? She goes, well, what do you mean? I said, why am I here? And she was very humble. Well, I said, I'll tell you why I'm here. I'm only here for one reason. There's only one reason I'm here. I'm here because I want to be here. If I didn't want to be here, I wouldn't be here, right? She's like, yeah. I said, now pretend we're married. Especially, I didn't say this part, a traditional monogamous legal marriage, okay? And we're sitting having dinner together because we're husband and wife live in the same house. Why am I there? Is it just because I want to be there? And she kind of started thinking. She realized what I was going with this. She was smart. I said, no, I'm there because I live here. I have to come here after work because I live here. I'm having dinner with you because you're my wife. I kind of need to. I don't literally need to, but you get my point. And if I don't want to do that, the only thing I can do is get divorced. And if I'm not prepared to get divorced, I kind of have to be there. So I'm there out of logistics, habit, and obligation. Now, maybe I also want to be there, maybe not, I don't know. But it's not just because I want to be there. I'm there also because of logistics, habit, and perhaps some obligation. I have to be a good father to my kids. I want to be a good Christian, right? I said, therefore, if I were to be with you while we're married, you would know, well, he's not here just because he likes me. He's here for a bunch of other reasons that have nothing to do with me, right? And it blew her mind. And later, a few days later, she came back and said, oh my God, you're right. You're right. I don't ever want to get married. I want to know that when you're with me, you're only with me because you want to be with me, and which was the truth. She's a wonderful person. Saw her for a long time. All right. Moving on to the letter here. Where am I? When people do things for you, it is because they want to, because you, in some way, gave them something meaningful that makes them want to please you, not because anyone owes you anything. Pause again. This is laissez-faire capitalism, value for value. I give you value, you give me back value, or else we don't do it. That's what capitalism, real capitalism, means. Not corporatism, which we have today. No. Going on, no one has to respect you. Some people may even be unkind to you. But once you realize that people don't have to be good to you, because they don't, and may not be good to you, you will learn to avoid those who would harm you. For you don't owe them anything either. So this works both ways. Living your life, no one owes you anything. You owe it to yourself to be the best person possible. Because if you are, others will want to be with you, want to provide you with the things you want in exchange for what you are giving them. Some people will choose not to be with you for reasons that have nothing to do with you. Pause again. A lot of times, you're going to try to hook up with a woman, and she's going to reject you, and it has nothing to do with you. You'll think it's because of how I look. Oh, it's because I'm too short. Oh, it's because I'm black. Oh, it's because of... No. Now, sometimes, yes. Sometimes women will reject you for reasons based on you. But a lot of times, it's happened to me. I'm sure it's happened to some of you. You will be rejected, and the reason really doesn't have anything to do with you. It has to do with something going on in her life that you don't even know about, or maybe find out later. It's happened to me. All right? Let's see here. When that happens, look elsewhere for the relationships you want. Don't make someone else's problem your problem. Once you learn that you must earn the love and respect of others, you will never expect the impossible and you won't be disappointed. Pause. 2 things. One of the 10 commandments is respect thy mother and father. I'm sorry, that's bullshit. Respect is earned. No one owes you anything. You don't owe your parents a goddamn thing. Well, I owe them respect. Your religion tells you that. Your culture tells you that. What if your parents beat you? What if they treated you like garbage? What if your parents raped you? What if your parents allowed you to get raped? A lot of you have those scenarios, don't you? Do they deserve your respect? No, respect is earned. I respect my parents, but they were nice people. They are nice people. They were good parents. Not perfect parents, but they were good. So therefore, I respect them. No one owes you anything, and you don't owe anyone else anything either. What was the other point? You must earn the love and respect of others. I haven't told this a long time, but when we first moved in together, got married, Pink Firefly and I, my wife, I said to her, and she didn't like when I said this, because she had the same bullshit societal programming that a lot of you have. Hey, look, you don't just remain my wife because we got married. And now you're just good to go for the next 50 years, and you can be a total bitch. She wasn't being a bitch. I was demonstrating a different point. My first wife, another different story, but her, she's a sweetheart. So I said, sweetie, you have to re-earn this marriage every day. You have to re-earn it. It's not something I just give you and you're good to go and now you can, be like most women post 3 years in a monogamous marriage where you're a bitch and never have sex, and you're complaining about shit and, oh, my dumb husband, right? No. That happens, I'm out the door. You have to re-earn this every day by being a good person to me, by being a good wife to me, and the inverse is also true. I have to re-earn your love every day by being a good husband and being good to you. I don't take this for granted, and neither should you. All right. Moving on. Where are we here? Others don't have to share their property with you, nor their feelings or thoughts. If they do, it is because you have earned these things. You have every reason to be proud of the love you received, your friends' respect, the property you have earned. Read Atlas Shrugged about that. But you do not ever take them for granted. What I said earlier. If you do, you could lose them. Right. Well, that's why so many people get fucking divorced. They're all excited when they get married. Yay. And then 3 years later, it's always around the 3-year mark, shit starts happening, or in some cases stops happening, like sex. Well, you can't divorce me, we're married. Bullshit. They are not yours by right. You must always earn them and continuously earn them. All the women in your life, you're going to need to continuously earn that relationship, and they need to earn it with you. You can't start treating your women like garbage because you're lazy or because, oh, she likes me now, or, oh, we got to lock in and Caleb said once you have sex twice. No, you got to keep earning it. Now, there's levels of energy. There's a lot less energy involved in FB than like an OLTR, but you still have to earn the FB. Moving on. A great burden was lifted from my shoulders the day I realized that no one owes me anything. For so long, I would thought there were things I was entitled to. Let me read this again. For so long as I thought there were things I was entitled to, I would have been wearing myself out, physically and emotionally, trying to collect them. That's the modern day left-winger. Society owes me a bunch of shit. Where's my free shit? You don't want to give it to me? Well, fuck you. Yep. No one owes me moral conduct. That's a right-winger. Well, if you were a Christian, nah. No one owes me moral conduct, respect, friendship, love, courtesy. No one owes courtesy to you. No one has an obligation to treat you nicely. They don't. They should, but they don't. They don't have to. Or intelligence. Once I recognized that all my relationships became far more satisfying. I have focused on being with people who want to do the things I want them to do. That understanding has served me well with friends, business associates, lovers, sales, prospects, and strangers. It constantly reminds that I can get what I want only if I can enter the other person's world. I've talked about it over my Unchained CEO videos lately. I must try to understand how he thinks, what he believes to be important, and what he wants, or she. Only then can I appeal to someone in ways that will bring me what I want. Serve first, receive payment second. Give, then you receive payment. You don't sit here with your arms folded and say, where's my stuff? Where's my love? Where's my pussy? Why don't women like me? If you're an incel, why don't I get free money if you're a fucking left-winger, right? Why don't people just get married monogamous like Jordan Peterson says, like you're a Christian? Okay, whatever. You give value first, payment second. No one owes you anything. That's my comment. Let's see. And only then can I tell whether I really want to be involved with someone. And I can save the important relationships for those whom I have the most in common. It's not easy to sum up in a few words what has taken me years to learn. But maybe if you reread this gift each Christmas, the meaning will become a little clearer every year. I hope so, for I want more than anything else for you to understand this simple truth that can set you free. No one owes you anything. That's the letter. If you get this into your head, which is hard because you have, as I taught my books, societal programming. Societal programming says people should be nice to you. People should love you. Government should give you free shit. People should never be mean to you for any reason. They should never be rude to you. They should never be racist. They should never be assholes. If you go for that job, they should hire you. And as soon as you get hired, they should promote you, you millennials, right? Or if you're a Gen Z, the government owes you money or billionaires owe you money because they don't need the money. That's what society has been telling you since the day you were born. Part of success in life, happiness life, Alpha Male 2.0 is to clean that garbage out of your head and realize, which I realized a very long time ago, over 20 years ago now, no one owes you anything. If you want things, and not just physical things, he's not talking about physical things, he's talking about love, respect, things like that, sex, whatever it is. You have to give first, then you get in return. Value for value. If you reorient your thinking toward that no one owes you anything, instead of, oh my God, why are people like this? Sound familiar? Hear a lot of that from you guys lately, and it's just going to get worse as the West continues to collapse. When you convert your thinking to this, because I did that many years ago, I don't expect anyone to give me anything, even little things, until I give first. And if I don't need anything from them, then I ignore them. Because I'm outcome independent, that's my personality. You don't have to copy that part. But if I need something from them, I give first. And I'll add one more piece to this. Sometimes you'll give and you won't get back. Well, that's bullshit. Yeah, it happens. Then you say, fuck you, and you move on to the next person. You go on a first date, she's hot, she doesn't like you. You don't go, women suck now. Why are women like this? No, you go on another date, and another date, and then you get laid, and you're like, woo! That's how this works. No one owes you anything.